I'm Watch Eric, and on today's video, I'm going to be discussing a watch that I should have reviewed probably a long time ago. That watch is the Rolex Daytona in white gold with the blue dial. So is it just me, or are we all, including me as well, just suckers for blue or green dials? I mean, I guess on some watches it might not work, but for the most part, with Rolex, AP, and even Patek, blue dials are always gonna reign supreme. I feel like for some of these watches, the green dial, not all of them can execute that color, but blue, oh man. One of the first questions I have about this watch is, what took Rolex so long? I mean, I get it. It's pretty obvious that if they would have slapped this on a stainless steel version, then imagine. I mean, it'd probably be going for 50 grand, considering that the SkyDweller blue dial is going for some crazy numbers right now. So what is it about the blue dial that just sets everything off? I mean, look, blue does look nice. It kind of gives it that nice contrast and just kind of, gives it a little bit more of an interesting color. Blue is also a color that kind of goes pretty much for everybody, both men and women, when it comes to watches, of course. Listen up, if you haven't subscribed to my new channel already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now and don't miss out on any of the new content. So let's go back to 2016. 2016 was a very important year for the Daytona. That's the year that they redesigned the stainless steel version with the ceramic bezel, which personally I like. But they also released a couple new variations in the precious metal that included the famous yellow gold with the green dial. I mean, obviously that's a banger. And this white gold with the blue dial. Crazy part about it is that for that whole year, the watches kind of just sat there. It's not like today where watches come out right now and everybody's just storming the gates there at the Rolex boutique and wanting to get first on the list. At that time, I feel like they hadn't perfected this whole market craze with supply and demand. But I knew right off the bat that the blue was gonna be a seller because it's blue. I mean, as stupid and as redundant as it sounds, the blue will always sell. Right now, today, I don't think that the blue dial yet has taken off just like its brother or sister, the yellow gold with the green dial. However, I do think that long term, this blue dial might be a watch that could bring in some more money. So if you're still looking for something right now that won't break the bank, that you're not really paying over retail, but you can possibly turn a profit in the future, you may want to look at the white gold with the blue dial. I'd say that the only thing that could possibly hurt it is the fact that it's white gold. Only because for the most part, some people when they spend this type of money, rather have yellow or rose. But when you compare it to the fact of what the prices are right now for a stainless steel Daytona Panda or a SkyDweller with the blue dial, you can almost spend a little bit more money and get a gold watch. One of my favorite things about this watch is the fact that the sub-dials have a nice little red pinstripe in the inside. That right there kind of just pops at me, along with, of course, the letters Daytona in red. That is that one little thing that makes it that much more sportier. I feel like if it was all blue, it kind of would be a little bit boring. But that red pinstripe is, to me, what ties it all in and makes it pop. Another thing I want to mention is all of the gold bezel models, and I say this because even the two-tones have this change. They have the newer style numbers engraved around the bezel, whereas the previous version, for example, stainless steel Rolex Daytona, the 116520, that one had a bit more of a traditional, smaller lettering all the way around, whereas the gold versions have that bezel that pops with the triangles. I like that. So when I look at this watch immediately on my wrist, it just feels so different than a standard 116520 Daytona. And it's mostly gonna be because of that bezel. And I like that. I feel like right now this blue dial is starting to pick up traction. And how do I know this? Well, because they're starting to put a major resistance if you want to order one at your AD. Why? Because everyone's starting to pour in and starting to get the point. And they're saying, I'm on the list for the white gold with the blue dial. Crazy part about it though is that people are calling me wanting to flip them. You know, a watch flipper is born every day, maybe even every hour. And they think that they have already a $10,000 profit on their hands. But unfortunately, this watch is not there yet. This is a watch you'd probably want to buy and maybe hold for a while and just use the watch and enjoy it. Not every watch has to be for a profit. So who is white gold for? Well, it's simple. White gold is for the person that wants something that's obviously heavy, both in weight and in status in the game, but doesn't call a lot of attention. It's just gonna be the king of understated. As opposed to the Platona, as people call it, or the Platinum Daytona, that one is a bit more in your face. Everybody knows that that glacier blue dial, they know what time it is. That's not a standard watch. Whereas this one might fly below the radar as a stainless steel piece. And that's what I think a watch like this is for. When you want to wear something that is obviously a heavy piece, but you don't want to be in everybody's face with yellow or rose. So as far as this watch goes in the watch game, I would say that this watch says you have style, taste, class, and vision. Because you're obviously buying it knowing that there's a pretty big chance that this watch is going to be worth something in the long run. So comment below what you think about this white gold Daytona with the blue dial, and if you think it's gonna be a collectible in the coming years. And if you like this video, like and share it. Also, subscribe to my new channel.